Poor people are not the reason that you are poor. Corporate lobbyists who pay senators to legislate bills which protect and enable their self-interest of capital accumulation and labor exploitation are. For you to blame the most helpless, marginalized, and powerless people in society for the state of society is weak. There is a very real class war happening right now, and there is one side of the class struggle which has complete unanimous solidarity and is continuously waging war on the general population, and that is the corporate sector. They never stop, and they rely on your ignorance, your distrust, your confusion, your blaming of marginalized communities, your racism, your isolation, your pursuit of self-enrichment, your fragmentation. They love our fragmentation. It's the old technique of divide and conquer, also known as the culture war. And this is a very well-known policy of the American government. To demonstrate this, I give you the Powell Memo. The Powell Memo was written in 1971 by recently appointed Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Lewis Powell. He was commissioned by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to write a confidential document which would be disseminated among the high levels of government, and it ultimately became the blueprint for the American business sector exacting its control over public institutions. It was the reactionary pearl-clutching of the corporate sector after the volatile political unrest of the 60s and the social gains made in the civil rights movement. It's a very comically fearful, exaggerative, paranoid document, but it basically asserts that our public institutions like mass media and our education system are being overrun by leftists. And to combat this, the corporate sector should think of themselves as a class rather than individual corporations. I bring it up because it is a very influential document in the class war, and it kickstarted what is known as the neoliberal period, which we are now living in. There are many other government documents which are very revealing and give great insight into the nature of our society, but I don't have time to go into them now, but I will do videos on them in the future. But I'll just leave you with this. There is no war but class war.